Alright, it's May, year 2000. 50 Cent gets shot 9 times. This is that story. In the late 1990s, South Jamaica, Queens was a turbulent epicenter of hip hop culture and street commerce. Street commerce means selling drugs on the streets. An ambitious young rapper named Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, so this dude, was aggressively attempting to transition from selling drugs, street hustling, to mainstream music. He was signed to Columbia Records under the guidance of Taskmasters. So Curtis Jackson 50 Cent gained notorious underground friction in 1999 following the bootleg release of his controversial song Ghetto Quran. Why was it controversial? Well, the song detailed names, operations, and dynamics of prominent 1980s and 1990s drug figures from New York, including legendary kingpin Kenneth Supreme McGriff, this dude, founder of the infamous Supreme Team Crime Syndicate. You're wondering what this is? Was on the album cover of this particular record. Alright? Though 50 Cent framed the track as a homage to street legends who preceded him, senior figures within the criminal underworld viewed it as an unforgivable breach of silence, just a fancy way of saying snitching. Concurrently, personal rivalries with local associates and rising tension over record contract finances created a volatile, dangerous climate around the young artist. Alright, this is how the ambush happened here, this particular place. On Wednesday, May 24th, 2000, at approximately 11:20 a.m., 50 Cent was outside his grandmother's house on 161st Street in South Jamaica, Queens. He stepped out to sit in the backseat of a friend's car, driven by his associate Alton Brown, when he realized he had forgotten a piece of jewelry inside. After returning to the house to retrieve it, 50 Cent walked back and re-entered the rear passenger seat of the vehicle, right? Moments later, a second car pulled alongside them. An armed assailant stepped out, approached the passenger's window at point-blank range, and produced a 9mm handgun. The gunman opened fire in a rapid succession, discharging 9 rounds directly into the vehicle before fleeing into a getaway car driven by an accomplice. This dude, the real Homo Baum, weird name, gunman identified by federal authorities, also the bodyguard of this dude right here, Mike Tyson, riddled with bullets. 50 Cent was shot in the left cheek/jaw. Bullet entered his face, knocking out a molar, severing several nerves and shattering his jawbone. This permanently altered his speech, giving 50 Cent his trademark slurred vocal delivery. Entered his right hand, his right arm, his chest, hip, the right hip, his left leg, right leg, thigh, and calf. 13 days at Jamaica Hospital. Immediately following the ambush, Alton Brown, the friend who drove the car that he was in when he got shot, despite sustaining a gunshot wound to his hand, managed to drive away from the immediate danger zone. Paramedics rushed 50 Cent to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center in Queens, where surgeons performed emergency procedures to stabilize his vital signs, repair arterial damage, and set compound fractures. 50 Cent remained hospitalized for 13 days. Doctors wired his jaw shut to facilitate bone reconstruction. Upon release, he spent over 5 months recovering on a walker at the home of his grandmother, Agnes Jackson, undergoing rigorous physical rehabilitation to walk again. Then the bad news. Boom. Industry blacklisting. While recovering physically, 50 Cent suffered immediate professional collapse. Fearing violence and retaliation, Columbia Records, remember that record label he was signed to, cancelled his upcoming album release, Power of the Dollar, and dropped him from their roster. Major music executives and recording studios across the United States effectively blacklisted 50 Cent, deeming him too dangerous or too high risk to work with. But 3 weeks after the attack on June 2000, the alleged shooter, the real Homo Baum, I'm not gonna lie, this sounds very Diddy, was shot and killed in Brooklyn in an unrelated drug gang dispute. Federal prosecutors later linked the attempt on 50 Cent to Kenneth Supreme. Boom. And Murder Incorporated founder Irv Gotti, leading to major indictment in subsequent years. The resurgence. Unable to secure studio time in the United States, 50 Cent traveled to Canada with his G-Unit group, including childhood friends Lloyd Banks and Tony Yayo. Together they released independent mixtapes, notably Guess Who's Back in 2002, which caught the attention of music industry insiders like this guy. A copy reached hip-hop superstar Eminem, Slim Shady, who was captivated by 50's raw street poetry and distinctive cadence caused by his jaw injury. Eminem flew him to Los Angeles to meet producer Dr. Dre. Boom. Recognizing his immense talents and authenticity, Eminem and Dre signed 50 Cent to a joint $1 million recording contract with Shady Records, Aftermath Entertainment, and Interscope Records. The impact of the gunshot wound and injury on 50's vocals. The bullet fragment lodged in the jaw altered 50's voice box and soft palate. Rather than hindering his career, his slurred rhythmic vocal delivery and subtle lisp became his signature hook writing style, defining smash singles like In the Club, 21 Questions, and Many Men. Many Men. The Legacy. In February 2003, 50 Cent released his major label debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying. Spearheaded by the mega hit single In the Club, and the album sold over 872,000 copies in the first week, and over 12 million copies worldwide, establishing him as a global superstar. The shooting of May 24th, 2000 transformed from a near-fatal street execution into the cornerstone of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's persona and miraculous survival against all odds. Remains one of the most famous stories in modern music history. You can call it luck, but Curtis Jackson believes in God. No regular ninja gets shot 9 times and walks away like he got bit by 9 mosquitoes.